She was caught in a hotel with her ex's sister. She swore they were just talking about family. I didn't believe her, not for a second. I still remember how my hands shook when I pushed the hotel door open. I wasn't even supposed to be there. My friend Danny had texted me a photo. Her car, same license plate, parked outside the Fairfield Suites off I-90. He worked maintenance there and thought it was weird. "Didn't you say she's out of town?" he'd asked. Yeah, she was supposed to be in Cleveland visiting her aunt. So what was her car doing parked outside a cheap business hotel 2 hours away from home? I asked the front desk, said I was her husband. Not technically true, but close enough. And when they confirmed her name on the register, I swear the blood drained out of me. Room 214. I took the elevator, palms sweating, stomach in knots. The hallway was silent except for the hum of air conditioning. Then I heard voices, muffled laughter, behind that door. I don't even remember making the decision to open it. I just did. The door wasn't even locked properly. The latch had caught, but not fully clicked. I shoved it, and it flew open. She was sitting on the edge of the bed, head turned mid-laugh, until she saw me. And next to her, wearing nothing but an oversized hoodie and a look of sheer panic, was Lydia, her ex's sister. For a few seconds, none of us said anything. The room smelled like takeout and cheap perfume. There were 2 wine glasses on the nightstand and a half-open box of takeout noodles spilling onto the carpet. My girlfriend, ex-girlfriend now, I guess, stood up fast. "Jake, wait." "Don't," I said. My voice cracked halfway through the word. "It's not what it looks like," she said, stepping toward me. I actually laughed. "You're in a hotel room, half-dressed, drinking wine with your ex's sister, and you want me to believe that?" Lydia tried to say something, but I held up my hand. "Don't. Just don't." It was a Thursday night. I remember that because I'd worked a late shift and we'd argued that morning before I left. Something small, like how she kept forgetting to take out the trash. But it had felt different, colder. She'd been distant for weeks, always checking her phone, saying she had family stuff going on. Her ex's family, specifically. I never liked how close she stayed to them after the breakup. She said they were like family to her still, that it was complicated. I told myself to be understanding, but in the back of my mind, I always felt something off about it. We'd been together for 2 years. I thought things were good. We'd just signed a new lease together. She'd even talked about getting a dog. And then, suddenly, she had all these last-minute errands, appointments, family visits. When I saw Danny's text that night, I didn't want to believe it. I told myself he must have been mistaken, but my gut said otherwise. Back in the hotel room, she kept insisting, "We were just talking." "That's it. Talking," I repeated. "You needed a hotel for that?" Her eyes darted to Lydia, then back to me. "It's not like that, Jake. I swear." I glanced at Lydia. She looked like she wanted to disappear. "So what is it like?" I asked. Because from where I'm standing, this looks like a hell of a lot more than conversation. Lydia finally spoke, voice barely above a whisper. "Please, just let her explain." I turned to her. "You stay out of this." Then, to my girlfriend, "Start talking." She rubbed her forehead. "It's complicated. That's the same word you used for your ex. So go on, make it simple for me." She sighed, looked at the floor. "I've known Lydia for years. Even after I broke up with Matt, we stayed friends. She was like my sister too. But recently, things got blurred." "Blurred?" I snapped. "That's your excuse?" Tears filled her eyes. "We didn't plan it. We just connected. It was emotional before it was anything else." I blinked, trying to process. "So you're telling me you're in love with your ex's sister?" She didn't answer. And in that silence, I had my answer. The drive home was a blur. I don't even remember leaving the hotel. I must have thrown my keys on the passenger seat and driven on autopilot, because suddenly I was in our apartment parking lot, hands gripping the steering wheel so tight they hurt. My phone buzzed nonstop. Texts, calls, voicemails from her. I couldn't bring myself to open them. When I finally walked inside, everything looked the same but wrong. Her jacket was still hanging by the door, her shoes lined up neatly next to mine. The half-empty wine bottle from last weekend still sat on the counter. For a second, I almost convinced myself maybe it really had been a misunderstanding. But then I remembered the look on her face, the guilt, the fear, and it all came crashing back. I sat on the couch in the dark until morning. The next day, she came home. She didn't knock, just let herself in like she always did. I was sitting at the table, sipping cold coffee, exhausted. She set her bag down and stood there, eyes red, hands trembling. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. "For what?" I asked, not looking up. "The lying or the cheating?" "I didn't mean for any of this to happen," she said. "I didn't even know what it was at first. I thought I was just helping her through some things. She's been struggling with her sexuality, and we crossed a line." I looked up then. "You crossed a line. That's how you describe it." Her lip quivered. "I don't expect you to understand." "Oh, I understand perfectly," I said. "You didn't just betray me. You betrayed an entire family." She flinched at that. She tried to reach for my hand. I pulled away. "Please, Jake. I'm so sorry. It wasn't about you. I just got confused." I laughed bitterly. "You think that makes it better? You didn't cheat because of me. You cheated because you were confused." Her eyes filled again. "I'll move out. I just needed you to know I never meant to hurt you." "Too late," I said quietly. For weeks after, I couldn't sleep. Every night I'd picture that hotel room, the half-eaten takeout, her sitting on that bed. My mind kept replaying it on loop, like some cruel movie I couldn't pause. People always talk about heartbreak like it's sadness, but it's not. It's disorientation. One day, your life makes sense, and the next, you're trying to piece together how everything you believed could be a lie. I tried to move on, blocked her number, deleted the photos. But one night, curiosity got the better of me, and I checked her Instagram. She deleted all our pictures. Then, a few weeks later, she posted a new one. It was her and Lydia, smiling, at a park. Caption: "Sometimes life takes you unexpected places." My stomach dropped. I didn't confront her again. What would be the point? She'd made her choice. But word got around fast. Mutual friends texted me things like, "Dude, have you seen this?" Or, "You're better off, man." I didn't feel better off. I felt humiliated, angry, and weirdly, guilty, like I should have seen it coming. Then came the message from Matt, her ex, Lydia's brother. I hadn't heard from him in years. He said, "Guess we both got screwed over, huh?" We ended up meeting for a drink. It was awkward at first, but after a few beers, we actually laughed about how absurd it all was. "Family reunions are going to be interesting," he joked bitterly. He told me Lydia had always looked up to his ex, my ex, and that their family was a mess about the whole thing. His mom apparently called it unnatural. His dad refused to speak to Lydia. They both blew up their lives, he said. And for what? Some secret fling that's probably going to crash and burn. Part of me wanted to hate her. Another part, God help me, still missed her. It took months before I started feeling normal again. Therapy helped. So did cutting contact completely. Every now and then, though, I'd catch a glimpse of them online. Vacation photos, smiling selfies, living what looked like a normal relationship. I wanted to message her, ask was it worth it? But I never did. One night, about 6 months after everything, I ran into Lydia at a grocery store. She looked different, tired. She froze when she saw me. "Jake," she said softly. I just nodded. "Lydia." We stood there for a moment in the produce aisle, surrounded by the hum of fluorescent lights. "She misses you," she finally said. I raised an eyebrow. "You mean the woman who destroyed my trust and lied to my face?" She looked down. "I know. She's not the same person anymore." "Neither am I," I said. Then I walked away. It's been over a year now. Sometimes I still wake up thinking about her, but not the way I used to. It's more like remembering a dream that ended badly. I learned a lot from it, though. Like how lies don't always start as lies. They start as secrets. Little ones you convince yourself don't matter. It's harmless. They're just a friend. We were just talking about family. And before you know it, you're in a hotel room with someone you shouldn't be with, trying to explain the unexplainable. I also learned that closure doesn't come from confrontation. It comes quietly, the moment you stop needing answers. Last month, Danny texted me again, said he saw her at that same hotel, this time alone. I just replied, "Doesn't concern me anymore." Because it doesn't. Not really. She was caught in that hotel once, and she lost more than just a relationship that day. She lost every ounce of the trust people gave her. As for me, I'm finally starting to breathe again. And I've realized that sometimes, walking away isn't weakness. It's the only way to survive the wreckage someone else made of your heart.